This is my review of the book by Lamott, Bird by Bird, Some Writing Instructions on Life. It took me 3 years to write a book, and I eventually finished it. I'm still in the editing phase, and I hope to have the book out by next week, but we'll see. But the 3 books that helped me write, and this is one of them, Bird by Lamott. If you are interested in writing a book, you need to read this book. It'll give you the ins, the outs, the ups and downs of having to write a book. And one of the things is she tries to very, very hard to tell writers is, please don't think that once you write a book, you're going to become instantly a millionaire or you're going to be well recognized like Stephen King or Annie Lamott. She makes that very clear in the book, but do it because you love to do it. Do the process. And so there's a whole process in this. And part of it is, for her, being, like she was describing her sobriety, like thinking how important it is, like for her to be a writer in sobriety. But there's other things that people can do to be, to be authentic. But there's certain criteria to be, like in her opinion, in her experience, and other writers she's worked with, like to be authentic and to be vulnerable. And there are certain steps that you have to go through. And for her, this is one of them, being sober, because you can't speak the truth when you're believing lies, the lies of alcohol, to basically summarize what she's kind of summarizing what she's saying in the book. But this book is just fantastic. If you want to be a writer, highly recommend reading this book, going through the process, looking at everything, keeping a journal. That's also really important as well, because like most of the thoughts you have are carried over from yesterday and the day before and the day before that. So she will go through the process with you of what it really takes to be a writer. And personally, I've done a lot of things. I jumped out of airplanes, I swam, like I've done some night dives and a bunch of different things in my life. Writing a book is by far the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. You have to reprocess, re-edit, and it's a real battle with the ego. And this book actually teaches you how to battle with your ego, because like you just want to finish it. You want to get it over and done with and be like Stephen King and pump out stories year after year after year. But just not in that phase yet. So if you are thinking about it, read this before you begin that journey of being, wanting to be a writer, because it'll open your eyes to a lot of things that you want to see and some things you don't want to see. And it's all about crushing the ego at this point, because and like it's very difficult to do if you have your ego in the way. If you're all the time you're thinking to yourself, I got it. And this book tells you, no, you don't. You have to go through a process. So highly enjoy this book. It's one of the top 3 books on writing out there. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think.